It's Big Los, and today's show is brought to you by Audible. Audible is offering our listeners a free audiobook with a 30-day trial membership. Just go to audibletrial.com/beat and browse the unmatched selection of audio programs, download a title free, and start listening. It's that easy. Go to audibletrial.com/BEAT.
Boy, just be yourself. If people don't like it, if you're being yourself, fuck them.
Big Los.
Oh, again.
And welcome to another episode of The Noize. If you haven't yet, go ahead and follow us on the Big Three, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at The Noize Podcast. And, of course, follow everything Beat Network at beatnetworkonline.com. The guy is back.
Yeah.
Grimy Brown Giant is in the building, ducking heads under doorways.
Where did that come from?
Making little kids jump up too high to give a high five so they get mad at you and kick you in your shin.
They don't kick me in my shin, but I do that.
It's like I do torture children now.
I'm still stuck on the whole ducking heads of the doorways part. Like,
Where
how did that happen?
Where did that come from?
Y'all remember that shit from, what was the movie where the white guy went and got the African ball player?
Blue Chips or My Giant or what?
No. It's Emilio Estevez.
Mighty
I don't know
Ducks.
what you're talking about.
No,
I don't know.
Oh, the air up there.
The air up there.
The
Yeah.
air up there. Yeah. And it's Kevin Bacon, not Emilio Estevez.
They all.
Only you would know what movie that was. Only you.
That's why I threw it out there. I was like, we have back. Oh, yeah, by the way, Jay Alonzo Back to the Classes is on as well.
What up?
So we have a movie guy here. That shouldn't have been as hard to guess, the actual movie. But, gentlemen, how are you guys? How you guys doing?
Blessed, man. Blessed. Highly favored. Level 9. I'm back with the crew again. You know what I'm saying? Hey, can I have nothing else?
Yes, sir.
True, I guess. What'd you say? Better. Doing better.
Okay, we ain't killing nobody?
Nah, not completely, nah.
Oh, but he wanted to, though.
Absolutely.
I definitely want to, but nah, I'm chilling.
It was definitely on the mind, for sure. Absolutely.
Yeah. I've thought about it many of times over. Yeah.
Oh man. So
How are you? I mean, you asked us how we doing. How are you?
I'm cool. You know what I'm saying? I'm in a really, really good place. I'm congested as shit. These good old weather changes is killing you, boy. But I'm in a really good place, man. We had a stellar weekend, at least Beat did. We got some dope things planned this week that, won't necessarily get publicized, but y'all definitely will see something about it. This will all make sense by the next episode.
Oh, but there's some big shit, though. It's some big shit, though.
I'm cool. But I had a very interesting time today. So this is another one of those same day episodes where we intended on getting up early, recording it early, and going from there. Now, we're only slightly behind. You're still getting this on a Monday, but very interesting situation. The sound issues of living on the black side of town are very reflective during work hours. You know what I'm saying? So my upstairs neighbors, as we've tried to count, it has to be at least about 6 people. And like 6 adults and like 12 kids, easily.
At least.
At least. When they be coming up and down the stairs at the church, nigga, it sounds like a stampede. It sounds like a whole movement. So one of the Bradys, they come down and she's arguing with her dude on the phone. And I mean, they are going at it. Like when I say getting to it, all kind of words off, they're doing the best they can to make sure the neighborhood understands we are having an argument.
We are mad at each other.
So that pushes our recording time back. And then I hear her go inside, and as I get on my phone to start texting y'all in the group to say, okay, cool, we can go ahead and jump on, you hear the door close again, and that's just on the patio. Because don't forget, there are 12 kids. You got to watch the kids, priorities. So now she's on the patio just giving dude all the talk. And that's when I'm like, all right, so he must have cheated. Because she's like telling like, I don't care. Why was the bitch there? Going off the whole nine. So it gets quiet. It just gets quiet. She goes inside and that's it. So that's when I finally hit y'all. We have our discussion beforehand. And you hear the door kind of like slam and you don't hear much conversation. So I'm like, okay, well, nothing's going on. Let's go ahead and get the show done. Right before I hit record, and I just asked y'all this question, right before I hit record, you hear her moaning.
Wait.
Okay, hold up. Wait a minute. Because it's my understanding that she's on the phone with the dude, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's not that she's on the phone.
But then you hear her moaning shortly after.
It was probably about 30 minutes after.
Did you hear like a door of somebody coming in, or
she's as we speak? That's why I asked that y'all were able to hear, and you said no. So I'm like, cool, we can go and get started. But I'm gonna say what's going on.
So like, did you hear like a door open, like somebody came home, and then this happened, or did you just like hear it?
Right, you just heard the door close, and we were just continuing our conversation, and then now you just hear her getting to it. And this isn't the first time.
Are you sure she was on the phone when she was arguing with him?
Yes. I'm positive. You know,
you didn't hear a response from anybody else.
She said she cheating back.
She said she decided in that time, and you know how fucked up niggas are. You get hit up. Hey, come through and beat this up on the way.
On the way. I was on my way 5 minutes ago. What are you talking about?
This literally sounds like Friday when old girl calls Craig going to the show last night. And she got a nigga in bed with her.
A nigga in bed.
That's why I was sitting there. I was all like, damn, she ain't wasting no time. You want to fuck on me? Okay.
Listen, she must call him fucking something extremely unattractive. Because
that's always how it goes.
Mm-hmm. You know what's the crazy part about all this? Like the crazy part is being that she's getting hit in so quickly. You know, it got to be a neighbor.
Gotta be somebody local.
But he was already there.
Like I said, I don't know. The door closed and you didn't hear anything, and then you just heard her getting her shit beat in. Like I said, her room must be where the window is. That's like parallel to where we are, because it's almost like she's right in front of the window. World, I am getting dick.
and you can hear like she's getting you can hear her like she's getting her shit beat in.
Yeah.
So it's either one of two things. Either she was with somebody, or she's with somebody and they was cheating, so she decided to cheat back, or the old boy game is just that strong. He came in and was like, "Yo, take this meat," and now all of a sudden she forget about it and cheat. It's one of the two.
But nigga, did you come through the window or something? Like, or you been there the whole time?
Yo, why that remind me of the scene of Baby Boy when old girl was on the phone with Yvette and dude like, get off my phone. He's like, I'm gonna get you off this phone.
Mm-hmm. Hey yo,
she just
to be honest, ever since I seen that movie, like in my youth, you know, having sexcapades in my youth, that was something that I kind of like doing.
Me too.
Like Absolutely. If you on the phone with your, I don't want to do it with your moms or your people, and then if you're on the phone with your homegirl, like, yeah, I might just put my face down there or something. Like,
back blown
temperature. Dog, I did it with. I did it with my ex while she was on the phone with Sally Mae. That was great.
That's epic. That's legendary.
Back blown tails, man. Shit.
But yeah, you know. So, but you bringing that up, Kev, was too fucking funny. So, like, this nigga just show up like you talking all that shit on the phone. Now we getting to it. God damn it.
Mm-hmm. And afterwards, she gonna make him tacos. Bet.
And she about to make some tacos. Bet. I got to dap them up on their way out. So other than that, you know, the week there's been news this week, obviously, but you know, we're in a place right now that we're still fighting on the front lines, absolutely, but we want to make sure we bring y'all just as much enjoyable episodes as we do bring you episodes covering what's going on. So this isn't really going to be one of those, what's going on with the riots, the president, and shit like that kind of conversations. Right now, we just want to talk as brothers, talk as black men, and enjoy the things that we do as black men, and celebrating black culture. And, just shoot the shit with the family. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But speaking of things dealing with black culture, one of the things being black music brings up me and Jay. We went head to head in 20 for 20, and we represented our signs. I will preface everything said in advance with Jay was a real one. He stepped in with 2-hour notice to represent his sign, Sagittarius, in the battle. We ended up doing like 4 songs, sudden death rounds, and it was a great time. He was able to pull out a hell of a list. But with all that being said, I got my win back. Goddamn it!
Yeah, man. Like I said last time when I sent you guys yesterday, man, I definitely got to give a shout out. I want to publicly give a shout out to Jay, because not only did he hold me down with last week's 20 for 20, but he also held me down with the week's show. So I definitely want to give him a shout out and a thank you, because boy, when it rains, it pours.
Bruh, listen, man. Like Lo said, it was super short notice, but at the same time, man, it was we all signed up to do this thing, to create new content, and the viewers on 20 for 20, in my opinion, is so fucking important, because ever since what started with y'all battle, which this is what now like our 5th one we've done, 4th or 5th one we've done now.
Fourth.
Fifth.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's 5th.
Yeah. So even back then, you've noticed. Well, you and Kev the first one, then it was me and you. Just it's the 4th one. So people who've jumped on 20 for 20 way back then, I've seen nobody leave. I've just seen a constant building and growth of viewers. You know what I'm saying? So I know it was very important to have something, because people now look forward to 20 for 20. So man, hey, listen, man, it's my pleasure, man. Like I told Los just last night, I said I literally just took 2 L's back to back, but the second L I got was really to hold down the homie. You know what I'm saying? Because you couldn't do it, man. So hey, man, it was an honor to just step in and do my thing. Plus, this shit is fun, bro. This shit is so much fun, bro. Like it's a blast.
See, no one was even looking at the fact, that it was 2 L's back to back. You know what I'm saying? They were just relishing in the fact that I got my win back, and
no, nigga, you was relishing in the fact you got your win back,
and I created positive momentum to get my championship back when I finally go head up with this nigga Kev. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I feel like, me personally, my championship, it has an asterisk until I defend it. So I'm fine with that. But
you should be good with the one defense. I had one defense. You know what I'm saying? Then we're just gonna go from there.
But what I'm saying is, I get that. But what I'm saying is, I have yet to really defend mine yet.
Mm-hmm.
The battle with you would have been defending it. So mine has an asterisk until I can defend it and ultimately become champion again. So yeah. I mean, that's what's going to happen, but.
Well, no. It was like I was initially putting it. You're going to get the one defense, which is going to be totally good. Because like I said, I had it too. Jay had one as well. You're going to get the one defense. And you're going to just move forward, pass it right back on to your boy. And we're going to just go to the moon from there.
Nah, I will be the first consecutive 20 for 20 champion.
Okay, say what you want. But to let the people know that what's coming next, I didn't even know what the hell the date was. I was very unprepared, so I'm going to talk through these times of me looking stuff up, so that way time is filled. So anyway, on the 20th, Saturday, June 20th, me and Kev will be going head to head, 20 for 20 production battle, and Kev will be representing the Neptune / Pharrell. I will be representing Kanye, the old Kanye. To kind of keep our difference from verses as well, we're expanding it that it has to be every other catalog they've done. It can't be their personal album catalog.
Right, basically, it's the title of produced by.
Produced by, exactly. The beat tape, if you will. We know that they've made excellent production for themselves, especially with Kanye. But, if they're featured on the record, then it's cool. But if it's their record, it's not going to get played. So we want to give y'all that heads up now.
Man, listen. As number one, as I was as an active participant in 20 for 20, but as a fan of the music and this that competitive nature, this shit here, it's gonna be dope. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like people are gonna go bunch like yo, because when you really break it down to strictly produced by, you now have to really take your time to really grab those records. One that obviously, stand the test of time, but that can match vibes with each other. You know what I'm saying? Like Kanye and Pharrell / Neptunes have always been compared to each other a lot, especially when, they were doing the whole the Child Rebel Soldiers.
Child Rebel Soldiers, yeah.
Yeah. So, you always had that curiosity about what that would look like, what that would sound like if they went up against each other. You know what I'm saying? And so we break it down to being strictly just about the production. Oh, bro. I'm about to be on that joint, on my spectatorship, boy, like, I'm in there.
It's about to be
it's going to be great. It's going to be great. Not only is the music going to be great, but then, again, you'll get to witness a 2-time consecutive champion. It's going to be amazing. You will see a 2-time champion. Absolutely. So that part I agree with. That consecutive word, that's we can just move that. But consecutive is in there. It's in there. Whether you want to believe it or not, it's there.
No, I believe there is going to be a 2-time champion leaving that one. Absolutely. So, Jay.
Oh, all this shit talking is good. I like it.
We'll see.
So now we got 20 for 20 with Libra versus Sagittarius. Jay, you went first. I'm glad I also won the coin toss. I needed that as well for my confidence. First record you played was Ric Flair Drip, Offset being the Sagittarius in that story. And I put up Fucking Problems against that with A$AP Rocky. Kev, what did you go with there, sir?
I went with A$AP on that one, not only because that song is good, but kind of don't like Migos. So, yeah, I was a little bit biased. And then, then me personally, even if I just take that out, sonically, Ric Flair Drip just does not sound as good to me as Fucking Problems. So I went with
that. Got you. Jay, what'd you say?
No, listen. So when I play Ric Flair Drip, because he also one thing I kind of forgot about, the fact is that when I chose a certain Sagittarius artist, right, I didn't really realize all right, so I have Offset. I also have Migos since I have Offset. But I'm also thinking about all right, so let me just drop this Ric Flair Drip one time. And it felt good. You know what I'm saying? It felt like a winner for sure.
I enjoy Ric Flair Drip. That's why I was like, oh, okay.
But see, that's I think that's the interesting, even though I know it switches, that's the interesting thing about battling, because when you have to go first, like that person that can go after, like you, as soon as you hear it, you got that time to mentally prepare. All right, I know what's gonna fuck him up. You know what I mean? So Lowe's playing Fucking Problems. He was like, yeah, I know what's gonna get him. You know what I mean? And again, it switches at the half, but for whatever reason, that first round is just it's mind you, it's you need to kind of go second.
It helps, but I think also going first, you could set a tone that's extremely hard to follow. I know that's definitely my game plan, my blueprint going in.
Yeah, even for me, I think this is the first time I had to go first in the last 3 battles that I've done. Like I've had to go first, but at the same time,
no. When me and you battled, I made you go first.
Did you?
You went first.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Anyway, but I know when you do go first, it's like there's a bit of a pressure there. But on the flip side to that, though, when you launch that strong first record, You know what I'm saying? To get the hold up. There you go, Jay, or there you go, Los. I see you going up.
Right.
Like that first record sets the tone for sure, and then that same tone comes back around to you when the shit flips. So I figure with a song like Ric Flair Drip to kind of kick off, and I knew I was going first. A song like Ric Flair Drip could at least get people sitting there bobbing up, you know, and kind of just go from there.
And then
it's interesting how you can approach it both ways is interesting. I mean, my preference is to kind of go after the fact, but you are absolutely right. When that second round or you got to go first period, you get to set that tone, and if you set it the right way, you're either going to do one or two things. You're either going to win that round or you're going to mess up the person going next so much that they mess up their own game plan. So it's all in how you play it.
Right.
Yeah. Again, I'm going in to chop heads off. It's just like when it was finally my turn to go first against Kev. And I was like, nigga, I'm coming out the gate. Don't this shit make a nigga wanna?
Well, see, listen, this is what you do, Los. Now that I've battled you a number of times, this is what Los does. Los looks for a certain moment, and we'll get to that later on as you're going down the track list. Los looks for a moment to completely throw you the fuck off. To completely throw you off. So I was like, I know this nigga ain't just play this. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, you know, knowing how he's going to approach it, you got to be just as dirty with Los as he's going to be with you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. He does a very good job of like, you think shit's gonna go, and then he throws that wrench in your whole plan. You're like, all right, you got to scramble for a second until you get back to where you may be at. But if he throws that wrench hard enough, it's gonna be hard getting back. Because
he got me back. Los, you got me back on Saturday. And I'm going to assume this is a get back from when I dropped the Oye Macanto during the Rockefeller YMCMB battle. Mm. And we'll get to that. Because when you watch playback, my reaction is so genuine, like, what the fuck?
Didn't know he was a Libra, did you?
I was like, what the fuck?
But fellas, I'm flattered. Thank you. I appreciate those comments.
This may be a little bit of insider trading, but that's how you kind of got to try to get Los back. Is when he throw that wrench, if you can't recover, you got to throw one back and hope and pray that it's equal to his wrench enough to get him scrambling a little bit. If not, you just kind of got to go with the flow and hope for the best. I mean, in this case, he can throw as many wrenches as he wants to. I'm still gonna win, but yeah.
No, in our battle, nigga, I'm throwing. What's the big ass wrench they be using when they trying to like fix cartoon looking plumbing issues? Nigga, I'm throwing one of them bitches all day.
That's fine.
You gonna hear that shit?
That's fine. I'm prepared for it. I can dodge good. I can dodge well. I'm good.
So then Jay went to his one of many Trey Songz records, Say I.
Hey, question, Jay. Out of all Trey Songz songs, why is that one?
Okay, so just get out the way right now. So this was definitely an after the fact kind of situation, because once I kind of went back and kind of did more research as far as like Sagittarius singers, I found a bunch of them. Carrie Hilson, Janelle Monáe. I found a bunch of people. But because it was a last minute thing, I'm like, well, my ace in the hole as far as R&B is Trey. You know what I'm saying? So what I overthought it was, I overthought to the point to where, because when I dropped Say I figured I probably would need Trey again for a little while. Obviously, I was wrong. And so,
see, this is one of those times where, because I believe you dropped Trey. That was the next song, so that was within the first round when you were going. This is one of the monkey wrenches that I be talking about. Mm-hmm. This is exactly that. You did that a little bit too, with me and you battle, but this is exactly that. You go first, you drop something, and in your mind, you're kind of hoping that you can pair that up with something that they're going to drop. But then you guys, especially those, you drop something, i.e. Say and hope that it's going to match up with something that he put, and he goes completely left with it, and you're just like, well, shit. All right.
Yeah, because I went T-Pain, can't believe it.
Yeah, like come on, man. Like come on. How is he supposed to compete with that?
Then Jay dropped Truffle Butter with Nicki Minaj being the Sagittarius.
I do love that song. I love how the beat goes. And everything, up. So I did give you that win.
That joint go up.
Over Ballin'? Over Roddy?
Yeah.
He said, yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Then he had Unpredictable, Jamie Foxx, and I went You Don't Have to Call, Usher, cheat code gang.
That was a cheat
okay, so there's been multiple conversations about this, so we can talk about it here. Jay, you went We Can Freak It, Corrupt. Mm-hmm. Fantastic record. I love that record, but boy, is that a regional record.
When I tell you, I don't give a fuck. I stand by my choice. I don't care because I knew for a fact, by certain viewers who always watch us every time we do it, I knew for a fact that some people that who are loyal to what we do, that you're not gonna get every record that's played, and I get that, and I respect that as well. But I also know that certain songs, no matter what region you're on, what coast you're on, when you hear that beat, it resonates with you in some kind of way. That's why I thought We Can Freak It, which I kind of threw it out there because I wanted to play it. Fuck it, I wanted to play it.
I want to hear this song.
Some of the songs they got to be throwaways. Some of them got to be throwaways.
Yeah.
Problem is, sometimes when you throw away a track, this nigga's not throwing away a track.
Well, see, and so the fact is, I wasn't expecting Gin and Juice to be returned.
That's I was like, come on now.
I was like,
Gin and Juice ain't no fucking throwaway.
This nigga, really?
Hey,
but honestly, We Can Freak It is not a throwaway record either. But compared to Gin and Juice, no.
Compared to the two.
Yeah. Compared to Gin and Juice is a much more universally known West Coast record versus We Can Freak It, where it's primarily known on the West Coast, true, but at the same time, in any kind of mix, any kind of barbecue mix, whatever going on in any kind of region, that song will pop up for sure.
Yeah.
Much more of a recognizable record as opposed to say I could have played fucking Shade Shice or some weird shit like that. Like I don't know what that is, but We Can Freak It. Be like, all right, so I at least know this record.
Yeah, man, but it wasn't doing nothing against Gin and Juice.
No.
I think this is one of those situations where if Los would have played Gin, he would have went first and played Gin and Juice. I can guarantee you wouldn't have went with that record.
If you played Gin and Juice first, no, but no.
Yeah, I wouldn't have played Gin and Juice.
It probably would have came up somewhere down the line, but it wouldn't have came up when it came up.
Right.
I'd have played Who Am I? What's My Name? when it was my time to go first. Then you played Gonna Love Me by Tiana Taylor. I came back with India.Arie, Brown Skin.
Real quick, that one, right? So, Gonna Love Me, I love that record. I love Tiana Taylor, period. I think she's so dope. Bruh, Brown Skin drop, I was like, this nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, I love Brown Skin. I love that record. And then like, you can see the difference between the two, with Tiana being more of that seductive, sensual side, and India.Arie giving you that, she's making love to you, but it's from a spiritual place. You know what I'm saying? So,
right.
Everybody had their chakras going on and candles was lit and all that type of shit.
Yeah, drop that record that they want to be held by melanin. You know what I'm saying?
My black hole's me at night.
You played Miss Fat Booty by Mos Def. I had no clue where to go because I fucking love Miss Fat Booty. I was like, I said I got to drop something that's universal. That's what I dropped. I do. Young Jeezy, Jay, and Andre 3000. Now, okay, I've been meaning to talk to you about this one, Jay. Montel Jordan, Get It On Tonight. Why didn't you play This Is How We Do It?
Well,
Get It On Tonight is a bop. Get It On Tonight is a bop. But I was like, if you had Montel in the pocket, you had to hit This Is How. I'm telling you, that would have turned everything.
Right, yeah, that would have shaped.
Okay, so I view it like this. While mind you, when it's my turn to go, I'm like, this is how we do it. Get It On Tonight. And I kept going back and forth to my son. I knew I probably had about, at best, 20 seconds before it was my time to go. But I figured with the crowd that's watching, everybody that seen Save the Last Dance, everybody was at a certain place in time when we were young teenagers when Get It On Tonight came out. Now, this is how we do it is like a timeless party record. Get It On Tonight is a bop. You know what I'm saying? So I figured, like, I think I just said, fuck it, I just went with the bop. You know what I'm saying?
No, Get It On Tonight was absolutely a bop. But I was like, especially how we went in that round because I responded with No Diggity.
Mm-hmm.
Had you dropped This Is How We Do It, which is kind of what I was expecting you to drop when I was going to finally answer with No Diggity. But when you went Get It On Tonight, I was like, ooh, I don't know if he'll go back and play This Is How We Do It. So I'm like, this is my shot at the Eminem it. Then you play, and then this one I appreciate you for. When you play Be Alright, Trina and Ludacris, I immediately thought, and I feel so bad because I know Trina is the Sagittarius in that one, but I immediately thought of Luda's verse. I was like, you got to play that through.
No, man, listen, and I knew that once I saw that Trina was a Sagittarius, I said, I got to play that one Trina record that's going to go up. Be Alright was going to go up, for sure.
Yeah.
But you could have went with Be Alright. You could have went with Baddest Bitch. You could have went with
No Panties or some shit.
Nah, probably not No Panties. There was another Trina record though. Now Baddest Bitch probably would have went up more, honestly. I think so.
I don't know. I'm kind of with Jay on that one. I kind of think that one was the right choice.
Be Alright felt more like the bass line was cold. And by that time, when Be Alright came out, Trina was huge. Like she was beyond big at that point. Baddest Bitch was still on the records where you still kind of getting used to Trina outside of like Trick Daddy Shadow and, kind of seeing her doing her own thing. But Be Alright goes up.
And speaking of Trick Daddy, I came back with Shut Up.
I appreciated that shit so much, though.
I was going to play a completely different Trick Daddy record, but then I was like, nah, we're going to keep it ratchet.
Yeah, keep it ratchet. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm riding my brand new 99. Oh, dope.
No, you said, oh, we doing MIAO? Bet, let's do it.
We're going to Dead County?
Dead County, let's go.
You had Wild Thoughts. I was like, all right, I'm going to give it to you just because it technically is DJ Khaled featuring Rihanna. I'm like, come on, son. But,
it's Khaled record. Khaled is better Sagittarius.
I know.
Hey, even though, I couldn't do mine, I'm not going to front. I was looking at the same thing, seeing if any DJs were, I was on it. I was.
I came back with Pony, Genuine. I Just Want to Love You with Jay played Jay. I came back with Who Am I? What's My Name? Snoop Dogg. I'm sorry, that was when I started.
Yeah. You played Snoop first, and then
it was cheat code from here on out for me.
Yeah, and one thing about this battle was that oftentimes, even though you ran away with it with a lot of it, according to the scorecards, but what this battle was, we had a lot of rounds to where people was like, bro, that's a tie. Fuck that. That's a tie.
Oh, definitely.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I think the kicking off of that second half of it, when you drop Snoop, Who Am I? I'm like, all right, I got to come with something dummy strong to match. I said, you know what? I'm going Hove. You know what I'm saying? And,
can't lose.
Can't lose with Hove
right.
at all.
Then, of course, new cheat code, Redbone, Childish Gambino. You came back with Do Not Disturb, Tiana Taylor. Came one for the Ratchets, Bodak Yellow. And then you smartly Bees in the Trap with Nicki. That had ladies torn. I was like, good one. I think I said it on camera. I was like, good one, Jay. Good one.
Well, that's how I felt about Redbone, because really, like I said, I love Tiana Taylor. I loved Do Not Disturb with Chris Brown. That's a dope-ass record. But Redbone's one of them joints where it's hard to tie Redbone, bro. Like, it's hard to tie Redbone for sure. That's Chico.
And then this is the left field monkey wrench you were talking about. I've dropped It Wasn't Me by Shaggy. you put
There goes your wrench. There goes the fucking wrench.
Bro, the wrench was made so evident. As soon as that first 3 seconds come in, you heard the shit go boom, like that wrench.
There
I was like, I know this nigga not playing Shaggy.
That little ping that you heard at the beginning of the song, that was the wrench hitting, come in contact. That's what
like,
it was.
Doom, 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 doom.
Yo, man, open up, man. This nigga's playing Shaggy. If you really about It Wasn't Me.
I came through Money and the Thing, JD. You came back with For Free. Mirror, Neo, classic. You know what I'm saying? You came back with Love Faces. Another wrench I threw out, Summertime, because Will Smith is a great Libra, if you will. And then, Jay, you came back with on to the next one, Jay-Z. So that was a great comeback.
Now, real quick, to talk about that one. When you dropped Summertime, I was expecting it. I was gonna throw the whole round off, really, because what I was gonna do was do DMX. What's my name? But like I said that I said you going that route, I'm gonna go a whole different direction, bro. Will Smith raps happy.
If I was like if it was me and you battling, I would have gotten 2 wrenches in because Shaggy would have been a wrench. And Summertime, as you guys know, that's my favorite Will Smith song, like one of my favorite songs. So that would have been my second wrench because until you just said it now, I was not prepared for that.
For what, Will or for Shaggy?
For either, but for especially for Will. Shaggy, I could have been like, fuck, I could have scrambled and made something up. But for Will, there was no.
You're stuck because what else can you do that matches that kind of energy?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's a universally loved Summertime record.
Yeah, exactly.
Came through another cheat code, Usher, My Way. You came back with Bottoms Up by Trey. I had No Worries, Lil Wayne. You came back with Get on the Floor, DMX. And then we closed with In Those Jeans, Genuine versus Blame It. That was probably one of the best R&B closures that we've done. Yeah, man. So it was a bad tale. And it was just an exhibition.
I would have loved, absolutely loved. I had my list. I was straight. Like I would have loved to have been able to do this battle. But in my honest opinion, I truly believe you two battling in the way you did was probably for the better because I was hip hop stacked. I didn't have much R&B and being that I didn't have a lot of R&B, I had a lot of doubles. And it doesn't sound like you guys had too many of any of that. The R&B, I will say this though, the R&B ones that I did have, they were some heavy.
Yo, I'm gonna tell you this, Cal. I can tell you this now since it didn't happen. And Jay will tell you because I've been telling Jay and Skylar. I was petrified for you to play anything Stevie, specifically I'll Be Loving You Always. I was like, I have nothing for that. That's like one of the greatest R&B records ever made.
And this is to my own detriment. I mean, I listen to Stevie. I grew up on Stevie. I know, but I don't know. So I wasn't super in depth in his catalog like that. The 2 songs that I did have, you probably wouldn't have beat. But my heavy hitter in R&B wasn't like obviously people would have thought, oh, Chris Brown. Yes, he was a heavy hitter. That wasn't my person. My person was Janet. I don't think you had a response for any Janet song I played.
Probably not.
And Janet, honestly, Janet could have low-key been a cheat code too. Like, you played the right Janet.
She was.
Oh, yeah.
She was.
You played the right shit.
That's what I mean, though, is why you guys' battle was better because I would have had doubles. Like, we're on Zoom, so I can't go actually to what I had. But you know me, I like to kind of have fun with what I'm doing. So my first round, I think would have been great. I think would have been solid. My second round, only people really listening to what I was playing would have caught it. Like my second round, I was gonna open with Pusha T, Nostalgia. I was gonna open with that. Every song I had after that did not come out in the 2000s. So for people listening, they would have been like, "Oh, I see what he's doing." That's just my own personal little Easter egg. But again,
but then again,
go ahead.
I'm sorry.
I was gonna say I just had so many doubles, not even on the hip hop side, but so many doubles on the R&B side that you guys are doing your better would have been a way better showing than mine.
But I see where you was going with that though, because the fact that you would open your set with Nostalgia, and then every other record would have been just way back in the day. You know, Kevin had a whole like set ready to go. I don't know.
Well, if we're being honest, and since you guys know me personally, you guys know me. If you go look at what I played since we've been doing these battles, somewhere in that lineup, whether it be something visual, whether it be the title of a song, there is an Easter egg in every one of those. It could be a talking shit title. It could be a title of a song, but the title, somebody could be using that as talking shit. It could be that. There was an Easter egg in every one of those. This just so happened that this would have been my Easter egg. It would have been my Easter egg. I maybe still, I maybe still will release like what I would have played just so people could have saw. You know what I mean? But I think you guys did phenomenal.
You know, it's funny, man. One of the things I love about doing 20 for 20, and it reminds me of a conversation that me and Dave just had in the group chat earlier, dealing with Black culture and stuff like that. It's crazy how in our culture, our music, it's so influential. Not just in the sense of people stealing from it, but it's influential. Like it influences a mood. It helps powers, you know what I'm saying, a vibe and stuff like that. Like when we do our 20 for 20s, you can see, you don't hear anyone in the comments, but you just watch their comments and you know what mood was created. So then once you kind of got the flow of it, it's just crazy how our music can do shit like that. Like, and I always wonder, like, what does other genre of music do for those people? Because this is a very specific feeling that we get from our music. Like, what does country do for, you know, white people? You know what I mean?
I think that's a good thought. But I think our music does that to us not only because it's the best music in the world, but I think because we're Black, we're automatically going to connect to that type of music. I think if you're some Arkansas, Alabama person, then maybe you really connect to country music. You know what I mean? Maybe songs about somebody's cows and goats. Like maybe that's what works for you. I don't know. But I do believe that hip hop. Maybe you can say R&B. Maybe certain R&B like Usher or stuff like that. Maybe you can say that. But I believe that particular type of music is universal. That's gonna get everybody a great.
I feel like that with our music, and I'm gonna say both hip hop and R&B. They throwing dancehall, reggae, throwing various forms of urban music. We just invoke so much soul. You know what I'm saying? Like it's
even with rock and roll, absolutely.
Yeah, it's very, very, very hard to hear a certain song, whether you know the song or not. But when you hear the beat, you hear that melody. It's very hard to hear something not bob and not at least get a nice little shimmy or something, because that's what that feeling invokes in you. Like we genuinely have something that makes your soul move. You know what I'm saying?
You know what? I think with that in mind, I think that in our music, it does what it does because I think the artists, when they're making it, they leave their essence somewhere in the music, whether it be a one-hit wonder or not. Their essence is in that music, and I don't feel like other genres are doing the same. I feel like a country artist. Well, I'll say this: the songs that are really, really big in country that even you may know, they left their essence in that particular song. The rest of the shit, you know what I mean, they didn't, and that's where it's at. I think Black people or people who are making our music in general, they leave their essence in that song, so it rings off a little bit different than somebody who just made the song to be making.
Like I think like a perfect example is say Garth Brooks, for example, when he branched out and he did that his alter ego joint, the Chris Gaines joint. Mm-hmm. He has a record that Childish Gambino had redid for I don't remember the radio show he did it for, but that song is so soulful. The song itself, it brings out that old school Sam Cooke, not Frankie Lyman, but like that's that old soul kind of a vibe, and that easily comes from what we have, what our people is able to present to people. And so we have people like Garth Brooks who was able to appreciate that. Granted, he did it in an alter ego sense, but that's fine. But the fact that he can appreciate things like that, and he can make a song that makes your soul just move. You feel what I'm saying? Whether it's a up-tempo record or it's a low-tempo record, it just makes your soul move.
My question with that is, do you guys feel like when these other artists, non-Black artists, when they use Black music, the Justin Biebers, the Post Malone, Justin Timberlake, do you feel like they're really appreciating the Black culture and experience, or do you feel like they just made something because they know that's what's popping right now?
I'm on a case by case, individual by individual.
Yeah, I was about to say the same thing. It's definitely, with me, it's case by case. With Justin, it was always there. You know,
Bieber or Timberlake?
Huh?
Yeah.
Bieber or Timberlake?
Timberlake. Yeah, right. You got to distinguish. With Timberlake, it was always there because, like, first of all, him just being a Tennessee kid in general, and then when you watch how he grew up, like, remember the video that I sent you guys that we all were shocked that what's his name?
Gossip.
that Ryan Gosling
Mm-hmm.
It's that sound, that feeling has been installed in Justin since then. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And that's just from his upbringing. That's why I look at the people who are classified as culture vultures versus the people that you just can't fucking help it. You know what I'm saying? People like Bruno Mars. You know what I'm saying? Like, I look at Justin and realize that he's had that for so long, and then he snuck little instances of it in Sync's music until their last album together. One of their biggest singles was one of their blackest songs coming from NSYNC, and that was Gone.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I love that shit, boy.
Exactly.
And bro, I'm trying to tell you, bro, like Justin was one of those rare things when, NSYNC wasn't for us. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time,
you're a goddamn lie, brother. Before hip hop, I was definitely a Backstreet Boy NSYNC guy. It's gonna be me. It's gonna be me as my shit.
But I'll say this, but we paid attention. You dig what I'm saying? So I remember when I saw NSYNC, especially the Gone record. But even before the Gone record, you hear certain songs by them, that other people knew. Justin always had that look like, okay, he's gonna go solo. And when he does, he's going R&B. You can just tell that was the route he was gonna go.
It's like he's doing this, he fucking with y'all, but he
wants to go there though. He wants to go over here. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And I always felt that. Even with Bieber, you know what I'm saying? Like, it shouts to you, Kev. Shout out to both of y'all because, bro, I've been slapping Confident like crazy.
That's a fantastic record.
I've been slapping that shit like crazy. But even with Bieber, as Bieber got older, like when he first burst onto the scene, he was a pop kid. But as he gets older, he gets more in tune with things that make him the music he likes to make. I can't call him a culture vulture because this is what he's.
No, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, what I would say was with Bieber has developed into what he is now. As far as he's not doing it from a culture vulture standpoint, he's doing it because this is the music that makes him feel good that he likes to make. Now, Post Malone from the cast where it's hard to kind of determine whether the fact can I call him a culture vulture or is he literally doing this because he's doing it for the love? Because he's made comments that makes me look at him like, dude, you're just a culture vulture, but people fuck with you. So
now to address everything that you said, start backwards. Yes, I do believe Post Malone is a culture vulture, but god damn, he makes some good songs.
He makes some good ass shit.
Good singles.
Singles. Well, no, because on his last album, even though I think his last album wasn't great, the song and I told you to listen to it before, but song that's actually really dope, and it could be my own bias. He got a song with Ozzy Osbourne and Travis Scott. To me, that shit is hard. But
Hurt is hard.
That's
off the Hollywood's Bleeding record, right?
No, that's the first one. That song is hard too. This one is I think it's I don't know. I can't think of it right now. But to answer your question about Bieber, now my only issue with Bieber, because I do agree, he started out at pop, and then you see him kind of do this R&B transition. But then to me, he kind of went back to where he was, and I'm like, I feel like he was fucking with the R&B because that was what was good at that time. I can't 100% say that Bieber is kind of like Timberlake in this. I really can't. Even with Timberlake, like you like we seen it with NSYNC, the R&B influence. We seen it. His early solo. I think he's only dropped one album where we was like, okay, that's he's being a skin color, and that was that Man in the Woods shit. But other than that,
he was really bringing in his roots, what he's used to in that country twang soul, and it wasn't like too far removed,
which is understandable. I understand it, but I feel like that was just his own instance. Bieber, on the other hand, I feel like he's only gonna fuck with R&B when he feels it's hot at that time. You know what I mean? I feel like Timberlake, he probably he'd be a little bit more inclined to roll with the punches on R&B up and down than Bieber.
Like I agree. Same sentiments when it's come down to Post Malone. I've always said it from White Iverson now. Well, he's a culture vulture through and through. He just strikes me as one of those white boys that really enjoys hip hop, not necessarily loves hip hop, but really enjoys hip hop, and kind of is trying to add his little rock star flair to it.
I don't even think he enjoys it. I think honestly, he probably has a handful of songs or maybe artists that he likes. And that's about as far as it goes. I don't think he really. I do not believe if you go to Post Malone's house right now, he is playing any type of hip hop, and that
you know what,
hip hop has
dude?
been played in weeks or months. I don't believe that.
I've always had this feeling about Post Malone was like I feel like he made a record, a Dwight Iverson joint, and I don't think he even expected to go up the way it did, and he just stayed here. Honest to God truth, because when he makes comments like, if you want to feel something, if you want to be enthralled in music, don't go hip hop. But here you are, and you're literally you're getting arena tours off of hip hop. You feel what I'm saying?
And that's exactly that plays into why I don't think he really fuck with it. And
I've always had this. I'm not gonna cap and be like, I don't like a Post Malone record. He got a few records I definitely fuck
slap,
with.
Right?
But at the same time, I also feel like he got to this position because he tried something out and it became bigger than he thought it became bigger than he anticipated it would become.
Right.
So that's why we now have.
If we're being, I'm pretty sure. I know you have, Jay. You may have seen this wild movie. Sorry to Bother You.
Yep.
Post Malone is the guy from Sorry to Bother You. He's putting on his black voice and being able to be successful.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and because that's what I was getting to. Like he's one of those beer drinking good old boys. You know what I'm saying? Like
absolutely.
Like that's all in his presentation and his aura. But because I think he, like I said, enjoys the music, but not necessarily is enthralled in the culture or even loves hip hop like that. He was like, okay, well, this is my lane, because he's like the inverse of what's the nigga's name of Fred Durst from Limp Bizkit. Fred Durst started off as a rapper, but wasn't gonna make it in rapping. So then he mixed his rapping with rock. Same thing with Mike. Yeah, rock. With Mike Shinoda, Kid.
I can't say Mike Shinoda because Linkin Park has always been enthralled in hip hop.
No, but Mike Shinoda was a solo right. He actually has an album out before Linkin Park.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
But it was not catching because the feeling's not there. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, these are people that I think just enjoy it, but they're not enthralled in the culture, nor do they have a love for the culture. They just enjoyed it. You know, and no shade to Mike Shinoda, whether he knew his lane and he stayed where he's supposed to be. But that's kind of examples that I get when I think of people like Post Malone. But to a point that was made by one of you guys, I'm sorry, I can't remember who said it. My apologies. When Post Malone was talking about that feeling with listening to hip hop, and I really just goes in black music in general. To me, when they come and they try to absorb our culture and kind of make it their own, it can never be made into their own because the feeling is still there. One of the examples I pulled up was, you remember Eric Clapton Changed the World? Mm-hmm. That was I'm sure you already knew that was penned by Babyface. He was like his white songs. You Eric Clapton Changed the World, you still get the same feeling you'll get from a normal black person song, from a black culture related song, because it's in the beat, it's in the writing. You know what I'm saying?
That black essence.
Well, you know, that thing with Eric Clapton, same thing with, say, Michael McDonald, and all white, blue-eyed soul is an actual thing. And you can tell the difference between who's doing it for the love of it and who's doing it just for the check. Like, cats like Eric Clapton, Michael McDonald, even Robin Thicke, you know what I'm saying? Like, you have cats who are white boys, but they grew up listening to the music and having a genuine love and appreciation for the music. So that when they make their own music, it's all about inspiration. It's all about showing love. Then you got people who are going to do it because it's the flavor of the month. I can make money off doing this. I'm going to get in. I'm going to get this check. I'm going to make all these black folks love my shit, and I'm going to slide.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So really the actual question is, where does Post Malone fall in that? You know what I'm saying?
That and it makes a lot of things with the world, you know what I'm saying, make sense, because it's been said many times. They love our culture, they don't love us, which is why our food is always put above all, which is why our women are overly sexualized amongst all fucking races, which is why, you know what I'm saying, our music is used and flipped and made into so many different things, to the point where you try, like to the point where our own are trying to be that. You got the Lil Uzi verse trying to be the rock stars. You got,
right.
You know what I'm saying, cats, you know, doing the whole skinny jean run and everything like that. Like you look at the cultures starting to intertwine because the messaging is starting to get mixed up, because hip hop culture hip hop culture has always been American culture, but because hip hop culture is becoming more like broad as American culture, we're starting to see a broad base of our music kind of get out there. You know what I'm saying? Like you look at people. This is obviously years ago, but you look at people like Christina Aguilera. Like you say pop.
I thought she was going to be an R&B guy.
Exactly. Like she's pop, but it's like, nah, I know what the fuck I'm hearing. But Genie in the Bottle
you couldn't tell me that Genie in the Bottle wasn't R&B.
Right. Exactly. And that's what I'm saying.
I don't know.
Go back and listen to Genie in the Bottle, dog.
But that's what I'm saying. And that's what I was just about to say. Had that came from a black artist, it would have been listed as R&B. Mm-hmm. But because she was a Latin artist, and it clearly wasn't Latin music, so this must be pop. You know what I'm saying? Right. And like I said, man, that feeling, the feeling itself is detectable and everything. Like with my neighbors on the other end, when they're playing their mariachi music, I have no fucking clue what they get from that. I'm being my shit rocking, you know what I'm saying? I'm being my shit rocking, but I don't know what they get from that. Like what we do in black music.
And you know what? And just to kind of circle back to what you said about how hip hop culture is American culture, I can't say that. What I will say is hip hop culture is black culture, and
it absolutely belongs.
And I say that because, granted, it started in the States, in New York, yada yada, but hip hop is so beyond international, global now. It's always been that way. It's 100 times bigger than it was before. But hip hop now is the forefront of everything, bro. It's literally, hip hop is bigger than rock and roll. Hip hop is by far the biggest music genre, the most successful music genre in the history of recording music.
American music.
You know what I'm saying? So I think it's much bigger than the American thing. You know what I'm saying? It's a black thing, and that's where it goes back to you love the culture so much. It's shocking to know that there's people out there who love the culture. I mean, fucking love it. They just don't love us.
Yeah, actually, when you said that at first, I kind of wasn't rocking with you, but now I see what you're saying. Like, yeah, I think it's not just American culture. I think it's global at this point. And if I'm going to say it's black culture, you're absolutely right. They love black culture, so in turn they get hip hop with that. Yeah. So I kind of see what you're saying, but you hit it on the head. They love the culture, they just don't love us.
Don't love us, you know what I'm saying?
Which is like weird as gotcha. Like it's super strange seeing white protesters playing "Fight the Power," playing "Fuck the Police," and I'm like, is that in you? Is that in you for real?
No, that ain't in them. That's not in them. It's just cool. It's just cool to say. That's just a cool way for them to be like, I identify with this culture more than what they
flavor of the month,
identify with the culture.
It's flavor of the month. We're literally living in a time when, I love black people is just the phrase to say right now. So I'm down with black. But that's it's the flavor of the month right now.
I'm gonna be completely honest with you, and I feel really shit for saying this because I'm loving the fact that. I forgot who I was saying this to before. I'm loving the fact that you can't turn on your Fire Stick without being told that Black Lives Matter. I love the fact that you can't turn on Netflix without being told to go watch something black before you go watch something else. I love the fact that if you go to babynames.com and it says these names were somebody's baby's name. You know what I mean? Like, I love all that shit, but what's happening right now is what I feared happening. Kev, remember we spoke about this on the show. I do not want to see people monetize the struggle. I don't want to see people monetize the struggle. I don't want to see companies and corporations trying to keep themselves on the right side of history by, Black Lives Matter, and you should do this, that, and the third. Like, yeah, keep it in their face, but the way that, I don't know, and it could be just me, because like I said, I love seeing it. I just don't want to see them profit from it. I guess that's the best way to say. Like, for another example of something that just come up where you're monetizing the moment. This is Pride Month, and Nickelodeon just dropped that SpongeBob was gay. Now, is that something that I feel like we all kind of knew? Yeah, but it was just the most random fucking times. Like, I don't like when people monetize somebody's struggle because it starts to become a hustle in a sense. You know what I mean? Because once black is no longer the flavor of the month, once Black Lives Matter is no longer the conversation, we ain't gonna see this shit again. We should have saw this during Black History Month.
We should have saw this in the 60s.
We should have saw it. Yeah, we should have saw this a long while we're really talking about it. We should have saw this a long time ago. But with how everybody's screaming black, 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 we should have saw this for Black History Month. It shouldn't take a black body for these corporations to stand in solidarity with Black Lives Matter. You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
No, you're absolutely right. Yeah, you're right now.
Yeah, I agree. 100% agree. I also view it as during Black History Month, personally to me, if this was all like, let's go black, I love black people during Black History Month, it would have felt cliche as fuck. But now... Yeah,
I agree with that.
But with what's going on right now, you have certain companies that I feel who are now officially paying attention. Who, like, for example, you have certain companies who are showing their colors. They don't give a fuck. Starbucks may never get another dollar out of me as long as I'm alive. But at the same time, you know, you have certain organizations who are, I'm standing with solidarity. This is bullshit. Because as we are protesting and we're trying to overcome these issues, there's more and more black bodies on a daily basis. We have, over the weekend, 2 black men were found hanging from trees in California. Mm-hmm. And no boy got slain in Atlanta? Something like that? Which one are you talking about?
Yeah.
The dude that got killed at the Wendy's.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you take these stories and you do now realize that whether this is a pending race war or whatever the case may be, but the fact is that black people and people who either love black people who are all about equal rights and you know, we're all one race and all that other shit. They're not realizing, bro, like this has been going on, but now it's blatant. It's in your fucking face.
It's recorded. That's all.
Yeah, but even that though, you can't explain to me how you found 2 black dudes hanging from trees on 2 totally different sides of California, 2 totally different sides of LA County. But you look at that issue, and you know some people are like, "Well, that's a suicide." No, so they both felt suicidal and do the exact same shit. So what I like seeing is you have certain companies and certain big money people who are, I feel like, are being real genuine and they want to stand in solidarity with us and they want to be like, enough is enough. But they got those other companies who are literally showing their true colors. Starbucks told their employees, you can't wear no Black Lives Matter shit around here. You can't. And they're willing to risk.
Double back on that real quick.
Well, but even though, but it shows how you truly feel because you're willing to risk. Cause not just white folks go to Starbucks. I know plenty of black people go to Starbucks on a daily basis. If you're willing to risk losing out on that black dollar to simply say, I don't want my employees being involved in any kind of BLM or any kind of solidarity, like you keep that shit outside. That's you showing your true colors. Like the fact that NBA was probably like, in my opinion, NBA is probably in regards to like sports. NBA has always been the one particular league that typically will listen to their players and listen to the people, and they're all about moving forward. NFL can talk all the bullshit they want to talk, but NBA, this is the first time where you kind of don't know where to go. Where NBA wants to continue the season, but you got certain players be like, nah, it's not the right time. And other players is like, we should.
And that's the point that I'm making when it comes down to the NFL. Out of nowhere, Roger Goodell. Oh, okay, now I get it. Fuck all these other names that we've hashtagged. Okay, now I get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. Like to me.
Well, to address everything, I think with the companies. Yes, you do have some that be like they're going to tell you how they really feel. You do have some that are trying to be on the right side of history. I feel like even though I don't agree with it, I feel like honestly them trying to profit off of it is a trade-off. Like, yes, we're getting these big companies trying to make $1 off of our struggle, but in turn, we're also getting these big companies trying to be on the right side of history. All we need is a conversation to be started. You know what I mean? All we need is that big company to be like, no, this is wrong. Whether they believe it or not, for those people that within that company to feel like that is wrong, so in turn can change society. So I figure like that's the trade-off that we have to take. I don't like it. I do not like it. I think it's foul as fuck. But I feel like that's the trade-off that we have to take. And as far as the NFL goes, why now, Los? Is because the number 1 and number 2 quarterbacks in the NFL are black. Mm-hmm. So you damn right he's going to try to be on the right side of history if his 2 top names are black.
And with what you said prior to the NFL part, that's exactly where I'm at. Because when you think about Call of Duty is easily the most popular, the most played video game, possibly in history. You know what I'm saying? Call of Duty gets picked up just as much as the new iPhone does. Every time they drop a new one, it's the new shit. It's the thing to do. The fact that you can't start Call of Duty campaign without recognizing that Black Lives Matter. I love that. I love the fact that, and then once you get into the waiting room, one of the players is going to call the other player a nigger. You know what I'm saying? But I love the fact that you cannot jump on this popular platform without seeing. You're burnt out from social media. You're burnt out from it from Netflix. Fuck, I'm about to play some COD. Black Lives Matter. Or fuck, I'm about to watch something on the Fire Stick. Black Lives Matter. I love that shit. I fucking love it. But I can't help but to feel some type of way about these major corporations doing it. But I absolutely
agree. I feel the same way. I love it. I love seeing it, but I know it's some backhanded shit.
Yeah, you're not wrong for feeling that way. You're definitely not wrong for feeling that way at all. I just, like Charlemagne says, and I love the fact that he says he keeps it so 100. America's greatest sin, their biggest sin, is slavery, and they keep trying to tiptoe around the shit like it never happened, or it happened, but it was so long ago. We should just get over it. And until you, as the oppressor or family or on the same family tree as the oppressor, realize what the fuck went wrong back then and make a change. Until then, there would never be any solidarity, none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm with you. I love seeing the fact that I can't go on, you know what I'm saying, to YouTube without seeing Black Lives Matter somewhere. And then even the other day, we talked about the baby names thing. You can't go, bro. I just ordered Cane's on Grubhub, and the first thing was, listen, you can go to Cane's, but all these black businesses over here, though, we got you. You know, free all this shit. So I'm with you. I don't want it to be. I don't want it to be so good. We're so wrapped up in how things are flowing right now. Because let's be real, change is going to come. Whether it's going to come by force or it's going to come by they're going to be like, listen, we got to start making some changes because otherwise we'll never be together in this country. So either you do it the right way or we're doing it by force. One or two. But
I agree. Since we're on this a black thing, one of the things I've seen on TV, you remember as a kid, like when Dragon Ball Z was about to come on, they showed that little robot, they call it Toonami as a kid. Mm-hmm. So I was up one night late and Family Guy was on, right? So I was watching Family Guy and I was paying attention, but I wasn't paying attention. I was just letting it go. So 12 o'clock hit and the Toonami character come on. Obviously, he looks different and so on and so forth. Brother did a whole Black Lives Matter speech, right?
Did he?
And then after they did that little segment, My Hero, I don't watch it like that, but My Hero Academia, the anime, they had like their whole black speech prior to the show. Never in my life would I expect to see something like that on national television.
Right.
So that alone was pretty dope. I thought that was pretty cool. But then I was watching All About the Benjamins last night. And it was at the beginning of the movie. You know when Cube gets now this could definitely be some Kevin, you're overthinking it type bullshit. But you remember when Ice Cube got pulled over by the cop? He was chasing Mike Epps, and then the cops came, and then he got pulled over by the cop, or he was in the back of the cop car until his boss came and shit like that. Would that had happened if he was white? Would he still get pulled, be in the back of a police car like that, waiting for the boss if he was white? I mean, obviously he was a black dude in the dreads with a gun and a jersey chasing another black dude. Do you think if it would been the same guy but white, would he been pulled over?
Well, okay, so you gotta look.
Whatever.
you got to look at the overall the concept of that scene because Ice Cube's character is not a cop.
He's not.
He's a
bounty hunter.
Bounty hunter.
Right.
You're not a cop. I think. Well, I guess bounty hunters are also, I guess, officers of the law.
They work. I have to believe that they work in some type of conjunction with the police.
Yeah, right.
You have
Exactly.
to know that there's bounty hunters out there.
But you're not an actual. In this case, you're not a Miami police officer.
Right. If the bounty hunter is chasing me and I so happen to beat his ass, then I just beat the bounty hunter's ass.
Right. Now, don't most bounty hunters carry badges?
They do. I believe they do. But this goes to my question. Like, would this had happened if he were white? Now, again, this is completely fictional. This is some wild shit that I thought of myself. But if it was a white bounty hunter, would he be in the back of a police car waiting for his boss to come take and all he good if everything else had transpired the way it did? I truly don't believe he would have.
You make a good point. I mean, I can't necessarily say he would have not.
Listen, we've seen Dog the Bounty Hunter follow people, harass people, fuck people up, and he gets a national TV show. If that was a black bounty hunter, would we get that?
Oh, no, not at all.
No. And then even how Dog the Bounty Hunter look, Dog the Bounty Hunter looks like a fucking bass player in some heavy metal rock band. You know what I'm saying? But
he looks like the straight version of Joe Exotic.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And you know, beside the fact that I don't want to take a shot at him because he is a man of the Lord as well. He's very much a man about his faith. But don't get it twisted. He's been calling camera saying some fucked up shit. You know what I'm saying? Like saying some shit that just, hey, bro, that ain't the move right there. You know what I'm saying? Like I remember when his girl his son had a black girlfriend, and he had an issue with that. You know what I'm saying?
I'm about to say, dog always say some racist shit.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, though, it's all about the perception. Me, you, Los, we're three black men. We all have tattoos. You know what I'm saying? We're all physically built in a certain kind of way. So in their eyes, they're gonna look at us as if we already imposed a threat. You know what I'm saying? Like, even me, I'm 5'6". I'm not tall at all, but I am looked at like you know what I'm saying? I can impose a threat to you. I don't know how, but that's what it is. But then you take somebody like a Dog the Bounty Hunter or hell, any of the cats you see on Live PD or First 40, all that type of shit. The way they move, how they move, there's no difference between us and them except just the color of the skin. And they're automatically programmed to be like, well, he's white, so therefore he's all right. At least there's trust there. You know what I'm saying? To where us, we have to kind of go out of our way to, like, nah, bro, you can relax. It's all good.
I'm
just be cool.
So if I'm the head of America, like I run the America, with that in mind, if I'm running America, I call a shot. Then the cops shouldn't be the white people then if they just fearful, right? They should be the black people if that's the case.
Oh, yeah. It should only be us.
Like if that's the case, if I can really run shit, I'm not going to have somebody that's seemingly inferior in strength or physicalness and somebody that's mentally afraid be protector of my people if that's the case.
Yeah. But then again, I'd also have the black cops patrol their neighborhood.
Oh, yeah, I've been like that. I was like, it's nothing but black cops.
Like, there should be no reason why you have certain cops patrol certain areas, especially when you know you're not from this area. Furthermore, you know what this area is about. When you have people who are from that area patrolling that area, you can have people put more trust into the police because, I know dude. I went to school with dude. But dude's now an officer of the law. But I know if anything get crazy, I can call dude. You know what I'm saying? We can settle this shit. But then we bring over these Jakes and Steves who are from this area. You know what I'm saying? So therefore, they're already coming to this area ready to, be on the defensive tip. Bro, I saw a video the other day that tripped me out. Y'all probably saw it. It was I'm gonna say somewhere in L.A. A cat was on the lawn, hands out, the whole nine. Cop got his gun on him. His 95-year-old grandmother.
Oh yeah.
Comes out begging the cop, relax, put your fucking gun down. You know what I'm saying? Do what you got to do. But this is, you know what I'm saying?
I'm not gonna lie. I like paused watching it because you know how Facebook like just start playing shit.
Yeah.
I paused watching it because when I finally looked down at my phone and it was playing, all I saw was a cop with a gun out, dude on the ground, and a 95-year-old chick coming out. The same way I was with George Floyd. It took me a while to watch the George Floyd video. It took me a while to watch that video too because I didn't want to think, oh no, this cop killed this grandmother. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But once I wasn't hearing any kind of murmurings about a 95-year-old woman killed, that's when I'm like, okay, let me now watch this, see what the fuck it is.
Okay, yeah, because trust me, if that was the video, I wouldn't have watched it. I couldn't watch it. Watching George Floyd was bad enough as a man in his 40s, watching him die. You talk about this sweet black grandmama who ain't got nothing to do with nothing. I couldn't watch it.
Baby, that's all.
I couldn't watch it.
It made me think of our grandmother with her being Guyanese. She came out with some shit throwing at the cop. I beat you. I beat you, skunks. Your ass.
Yeah. That cop would have been like, yo, you better get your grandma under control, bro. Like, that's on you, dog. You did it to yourself.
Yeah. I already said, man, if I had to be, if I ended up being a cop and I was a black cop, I'd have totally been Alonzo from Training Day, but it'd have been the reverse. I'd be up in Henderson, Boulder City. I'd be getting all the meth heads. Like, nah, nigga, I'm in on all that.
I think that's in addition to the social injustice. I think that's probably why a lot of black cops don't get a chance to patrol other places like that because at the end of the day, they don't trust us. I think that they feel that if they have a black cop patrolling a black area, that the black people in that area are going to be able to get away or do so much shit when it'd be the completely opposite. It'd be like Jay said. I know dude, you know what I mean? So maybe I'm down on my luck and I'm about to go rob this liquor store, but I see somebody I went to school with and we chop it up and maybe that deters me from doing it. Or some wild shit is going on and I know dude that's patrolling my area and I went to school with him. He can come and be like, yo, fix some shit. But instead, they feel like we're going to get over. I think that plays a big part in why we see Phillies patrolling our area.
And I definitely hear that. I 100% hear that because it can go one of two ways. We would just hope that if you get a cat to patrol the neighborhood that he's from, to patrol the area that he came up in, you'd be surprised by how things would genuinely change. You know what I'm saying? Like, if he's patrolling the neighborhood, he sees, a fight about to jump off, whatever, he got the car, like, yo, hey, y'all chill that shit out. You know what I'm saying? Whoop, whoop, whoop. Bruh, you understand, like, a simple interfering with a possible violent situation by simply just saying, yo, y'all chill that shit out. Bruh.
Yeah.
But
I think before I moved, it was like the apartments next to us, they had a security guard. And one day it was the guy and the girl and they was going at it. He didn't hit her or nothing, but if I put it this way, if the security guard or myself wasn't out there, maybe he would have, I don't know. But the security guard was like, hey, yo, y'all chill that shit out. And they chilled that shit out. Now, this is a security guard doing this.
Yeah. You be surprised how we listen to our own, especially when it doesn't take much to show you, like, yo, you bugging. Relax. It's not that big of a deal.
Yeah. What's so fucked up about that logic that I agree that I truly do feel police have? What's so fucked up about that logic is that they don't trust us to de-escalate a situation because of fear of favoritism, but they trust these officers who will shoot us no fucking problem. Because it's like, I'd much rather them get murdered than get away with something. Like, that shit's crazy.
Bro, I literally read today that there was a cop in New York during all the protests and all that type of shit. He was on camera. He was caught on camera kneeling with protesters.
I saw that shit.
Yeah. But to simply turn around and be like, I instantly regret kneeling with the protesters because
I said that I wanted to kick my own ass.
I want to kick my own ass. So it's like, so you weren't even real to begin with, and that's not taking nothing away from certain cops in different counties across this country. That when I see them take off their badges, and I'm walking with the people, I respect that, bro, because at this point right now in 2020, you can spot the real from the bullshit. You know what I'm saying? And I know I've seen certain cops, like the one cop in I think he's in Virginia, something like that, where he comes out and he's talking to the people and he breaks down crying. The lieutenant or whatever, he breaks down crying, talking about, you know, I'm white, but I love everybody. You know what I'm saying? I'm here to serve and protect. Like George Floyd could have easily been my brother. You know what I'm saying? And when you hear people come out and speak like that, and it feels like these aren't like fake ass crocodile tears. It feels genuine. It feels like, all right, so it reiterates that the whole all cops aren't bad logic. Even though right now, even though the cops aren't bad, the good cops ain't saying shit. So it's like, all right, well, at least you have a few around that's gonna at least simply say, yo, I'm not with this. Like what happened to old boy in Minneapolis, that was murder, bro. 100%.
Yeah, flat out.
You know? So that's what I appreciate. You know what I'm saying? But for you to get caught on camera kneeling with a protester and immediately regret it, it's like you wasn't real from jump.
You just wasn't trying to cause a fucking scene. You was like, oh yeah, I'm with y'all. Turn around, I'm not with y'all. I'm not with y'all.
You feel what I'm saying?
I just wanted y'all to chill.
Meanwhile, the one dude brought out his whole precinct. They put their badges away, put the batons, guns. We walking with y'all. What's happening?
You know what's even?
I respect that.
You know what's even more fucked up though? I really try not to be cynical in these situations. But what's even more fucked up is that you think about that guy that took the knee. Is it beyond belief? Is it far-fetched to think that could have been a training tactic from a lot of these cops starting to protest with the protesters? Like do little instances of protesting, like let me walk with you while we're on camera, or I'm gonna take this knee while we're on camera. Because then that'll kind of settle down the people because like, okay, yeah, you just acknowledge that what's going on is wrong. So now people are kind of settled down. Like I don't put it past them that that's not something tactical instead of them actually showing solidarity.
I mean, you're right. I mean, the same cop that kneels, the same cop that kneels today kills a nigga tomorrow.
Right.
Yeah. I don't. You feel what I'm saying? Since we're here, you guys see that Dave Chappelle stand up? Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Good segue for sure.
Yeah, because he mentioned. Now I don't. Forgive me for forgetting the victim's name in this, but he said that a cop pulled him over, gave him a warning, and then the next day killed the cop. Or killed the kid.
The cat's name was
I know his name starts with the L. I just don't want to mess it up.
Not Quan McDonald. That's the other kid. Cat with the dreads. I don't fuck.
And this is why this is so bad. It's so many kids or so many people. We forget the name.
John Crawford. That's his name.
Crawford. That was in that was where my school is at. That was in Beaver Creek, Ohio area, and they are racist out there. Let me tell you.
Yeah, and I'm at the Walmart. Like that cop shot that cat before he even realized he was even talking to him.
Right.
Exactly. It's terrible. Like we need to do. I'm being completely honest. At this point, man, I'm like Jay said, either one or two things gonna happen. Either you're going to change on your own and you better do that very quickly, or I'm on the complete side of tearing everything up.
I mean, but when you're left with those kind of choices, then that's just where we're at. Because listen, I'm not the one to be like, yo, let's burn down our communities. Let's burn down shit. Don't burn down where you live. But
yeah, not our communities. No, all this other shit. It can be a pile of rubble in the hood left for all I care.
But same thing with me. Like at this point right now, if burning some shit down is what it takes to be fucking heard, burn it the fuck down, bro.
Yo,
I don't give a fuck.
As we're talking about it, then I want to wrap up. This kind of goes back to what I was saying about monetizing the struggle. You know who has been very for us, strangely enough, in a short amount of time, and I'll bring up both situations. Target. So you got them coming off of the honeypot situation. All these racists saying, "Oh, take honeypot out because they said this, that, and the third." Target was like, "No, I'm gonna double down and I'm gonna run that commercial even more to show our support for these black-owned businesses." Fast forward, the Target gets burnt down, and the CEO said, "I'm not worried about the store. Y'all shouldn't be worried about the store. Y'all need to be worried about the message." And he kept it true. He said, "All that shit's insured. We're going to get all that back." He didn't say it as niggly as I did. But that's pretty much the point. You know what I'm saying? That's the kind of solidarity I'm talking about. That's not monetizing the struggle. That's as a business. You're the CEO. You're the reason Target is a thing still because you're overseeing operations. When the CEO is saying, fuck what burnt down, I'll get that back. I'm going to get it right back, as Young Thug told me. I'm going to get that back, no fucking problem. You need to worry about the mess. You need to worry about why they burnt my Target down. Yeah. I fuck with that. Heavy.
Now, how do you feel, before we wrap it up, how do you feel about, at this point now, NASCAR? NASCAR is arguably probably one of the most racist sports out there.
They'll revert back to what they know best.
So do you believe that when old boy said he quit because they don't allow Confederate flags, and they was like, well, you wasn't tight anyway, so
you weren't winning anyway.
So be gone. So I mean, put it this way: NASCAR has always been that sport to where it's primarily white folks. I don't know. I think I can't even name a black driver. I know there are black drivers in NASCAR.
Bubba Wallace, that's about it.
Did you know what that is?
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? But the fact is that when dude came out and said, I'm quitting NASCAR because of this. And NASCAR was like, okay, well, deuces to you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I would say that kind of shit as well is what I like to see as well. Show solidarity to me. Like when you're willing to put your rep or your money on the line to show that you're with us, then I'm like, cool. Because you're doing something that's going to blatantly cost you. That shit with Target, right. Them still choosing the back honeypot, even though Target expensive ass shit has mostly white people shopping there. Target was like, don't worry about my shit, with NASCAR going out of their way to hoe one of their drivers. You know what I'm saying? They could have just said, we wish you the best in your future. They was like, well, nigga, you weren't winning, so.
You weren't nice anyway, so. But no,
so for those I did want to dip.
I did want to say this before we wrapped up. I do not want to, her name is definitely unique and different for me, and I definitely want to, don't want to mess it up, so I'm going to just go by what the hashtag is saying, but I do want to say RIP to Toyin. I believe that's how you say it, Toyin. I don't know if you guys seen her story. She was a protester who was definitely out there protesting down, I believe, she was somewhere down in Florida.
Yeah, and I just saw this. Yeah,
she went into this guy's house for refuge and kind of told the guy how she was sexually assaulted, and then he proceeded to sexually assault, rape her, and killed her. That I saw that story late last night. It was kind of a little bit after I left from your house, and it honestly pissed me off. Like it really pissed me off. I mean, all of them pissed me off, but this one really burned me up. Because not only should it not happen, but my nigga, y'all doing this right now? Really?
Yeah.
But it's our own people doing it. So I definitely wanted to give my condolence and really say, all I can say is I'm sorry. They did find the guy who did it. So hopefully they can throw him under. To be honest, don't even throw him under there. Just put him in gym pop and let every inmate know what he did.
And beat his ass one time, because I'm with you on that one too, bro. Because I still show love to and she ain't even black, but she was out there on the front lines, like Heather Heyer. And she was that was one who got ran over by the Klan member during the protest in Virginia. And she's white, but she's out there on the front line for equal rights. And I felt for her too. You feel what I'm saying? Like the fact is, like, you have the evils of this world, bro. Whether it's just the devil at work, my G, because you have like our own people are out here doing some fucked up foul shit to our own people. Right. You know what I'm saying?
I didn't like it at all. Like it really like pissed me off. So again, I just wanted to say that I'm sorry to her family. My heart's out with you, and give my condolences. This is, I mean, none of them should happen, but this is definitely one that shouldn't happen. This woman was only 19. Like this shouldn't happen.
Jay, let people know they can find you at, bro.
Well, you can follow me on all the social media simply at I am Jay Alonzo. That's Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, and Twitter. My show, Back to Classics, drops every Thursday on the Big Three: Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio. Shout out to y'all, man. I love you boys, man. For real. We've been doing this way too long, and we got so much more to go. So there it is.
Kev, talk to the people.
Actually, being that I kind of got suspended on my actual Twitter account, double _ Hollywood Kev. That's where I'm at on Twitter. Hollywood Kev double _ on Instagram. And be sure to follow the Noize page on Instagram. But if you want looking for me, that's where I can be.
At Big Los IG on IG, Big Los 89 on Snapchat. Of course, at the Noize Podcast on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And of course, you can follow everything B Network at bnetworkonline.com. Jay, appreciate you coming through, man. Being on the show, we always got to do the recap after the good old 20 for 20. So we appreciate you coming through and talking black with us, mate.
And I cannot wait to watch y'all go at it, boy. This producer,
you gonna watch me catch that W.
Catch that D-Zubs. And then, of course,
the W is the womp, womp, womp. That's the only W you getting, goddammit. As always, we appreciate you guys tuning in. As always, we appreciate the support. And as always, it's Big Los.
Hollywood Kev.
It's the Noize.